You know, I sit down to review this guy and I just realize how big this dragon mode is. Like, this is a big boy taking up a big section of my review space. Dragon Boy out of the way here, taking a look at the box here. This is Legacy Transmetal 2 Megatron, and yeah, you know, you got all your Legacy stuff. Closed window packaging, which I like to see. You got all this fantastic artwork there on the front and on the sides. Come around to the other side here, come around to the top, and then on the back of the box you get your promotional imagery and stuff like that. You get your product shots, your step conversion stuff. So, there's the packaging. You know, the Kingdom lineup was supposed to give us all of our Beast Wars characters, but man, what a beast this guy is. That face alone says so much. So yeah, this is the Transformers Legacy Leader Class Megatron, the Transmetal 2 version, and I gotta say, this thing's cool. You know, it's not often we get Dragon Transformers in the franchise, but Hasbro pulled this one off right. There's just something about this figure in Dragon mode that gives him just such a presence. Maybe it's the horrifically intimidating head sculpt. Oh, not to mention this guy's got a ginormous wingspan. Oh, and of course, what dragon wouldn't be complete without the ability to breathe fire? Comes with this little, you know, visual effects piece, flame-throwing fireball. Because every dragon needs the ability to breathe fire. And the Megatron most certainly can, and he looks absolutely maniacal while doing it. Love the way that looks. You know, if I had any critique with the Dragon mode, it's how big it is because you run out of shelf room for him. Nah, I'm just kidding. A figure like this deserves to have a spot on the shelf. The figure is layered in mechanical detail, paint. I love the detail on the translucent orange wings and then the fade of colors we get on the wings themselves. If I did have one genuine complaint with the Dragon mode, it's that his hand's just sitting in his throat like nobody else's business. Literally looks like he just got done trying to eat somebody. Again, all the sculpted and painted work looks absolutely fantastic, and even from the backside where we might not even see the figure as much, we get this beautiful purple fade on the wings here, which just brings so much life to the character, and then we get all this purple paint on the neck. Oh yeah. Based off of looks alone, Hasbro didn't really cut a lot of corners here. Again, more paint there on the chest, and I like this little orange thing. Don't know what it is, but it looks cool. And he's an absolute blast to pose around because no matter how you pose him, he just kind of sits there and looks intimidating. You got several joints here within the neck that are all ball jointed, so you got plenty of movement there as far as that's concerned. You got a jaw joint here so he can open and close his mouth. You got a swivel joint here at the base of the neck. The arms have several different joints. You got rotation here, bicep swivel, elbow bend. You got a wrist swivel. You got a joint here for the claws as well. You got multiple different joints within the legs here. You got ratchet joints here for forward and backwards, outwards movement, thigh swivels, knee bends. You get a joint here. This is mainly for transformation, but you can still use it. You got this joint here, ankle tilt, forward and backwards ankle movement as well. Oh, and of course we can't forget the stuff on the back of the figure as well. The tail literally is just a series of ball joints, so plenty of movement there as far as that's concerned. The wings have their own hinges, forward and backwards. This little piece right here is on a hinge. Don't know why, just for your posing capabilities. And then the wings are all segmented like that, and you can kind of move these all individually as well. So, I mean, poses are limitless. You know, it's absolutely crazy to see a figure with this many different joints and this many different abilities to move. It just makes it so much more fun to pose around. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot. This guy has a robot mode too. The transformation's pretty straightforward. You straighten out the dragon mode, fold out the robot mode limbs, tuck everything else away, and you're pretty much done. And I gotta admit, I really do like the way the robot mode turned out. I will say out of the two modes though, the robot mode has the most flaws. Although I will say this is very, very nice looking. Obviously some of the dragon mode carries over to the robot mode, but when new details are presented are very nice, and I gotta say, everything comes together very, very nicely. All the little workings and the little details and everything that come together to make the robot mode just look superb. All the paint applications on this figure, again, are so nice, crisp, and precise, and we can see, again, the fade work looks absolutely superb with the overall robot mode, but if there's one thing I feel like they got wrong that they shouldn't have gotten wrong, was his face. It's not wrong per se, but what they have given us is just not as accurate as what it could be. The face looks really, really cool and does encapsulate the original design quite well. However, the teeth are just not accurate in the least bit. However, there is already an upgrade kit for the face, and it comes with a variety of different facial expressions. So if you're interested in that, that's out there too. But hey, he's got light piping, which they painted over his eyes. But hey, the little thing above his head glows, right? Truth be told, though, I don't mind the inaccuracy of the head sculpt. What concerns me more is the amount of backpack kibble this guy absorbed during the transformation. Like, sure, it had to all go somewhere, but in some way, shape, or form, it's connected directly to his head. This entire tail assembly literally is connected straight to that boy's noggin. So when you're trying to pose this guy, you move this whole assembly here, which, I mean, you can still get some really cool poses out of it, and the back of the box shows you literally just pulling one of these, where you just move that out the way, but at the same time, it does still limit your kind of posability there. Speaking of which, however, the posability is still pretty good. So, head, as you've already seen, you get a rotational joint, which does depend on how you orient the kibble on the back. Arms, you got ratchet joints, full 360 here on both arms, bicep swivel, double bended elbow bend, we're going to go with it, double bended elbow bend. You don't have any real wrist swivel, but you do have a wrist joint that's mainly for the transformation, but if you wanted to give him a sword or something like that, you get a sword tilt out of that. This arm obviously is the dragon mode head, so you get that arm rotation full 360, and then all the different joints here for the dragon mode as well, and then you have your opening and closing joint there at the jaw. You do have waist rotation, which is on a ratchet, which is really, really nice. Legs, ratchet joint forward and backwards. Get outward movement, thigh rotation, well over 90-degree bend. You get the shin joint here for the transformation. Then you do have your ankle rocker joint and your forward and backwards ankle tilt. So this guy is plenty posable. If I had to fix 3 things within the robot mode, it'd be A, eliminate the kibble, B, give him a upward movement joint there at the head, and C, give him maybe a form of bicep rotation here for the arm, maybe here at the base. That way this whole assembly can turn, because outside of kind of rotating the head, you don't really get a bicep swivel. However, it does not stop this figure from looking absolutely insane. There's just something about this figure that's so eye-catching. Visually speaking, in robot mode, this guy's got a absolutely flawless appearance aside from those pearly silvers you got there. But that's been my review of the Transformers Legacy Transmetal 2 Megatron, and I gotta admit, while having his flaws, I think he's an absolutely fantastic figure, and I really do think Hasbro hit it out of the ballpark with this one. I think he's a great figure overall. Again, some minor issues, but if you can get past that, this is definitely a solid pickup if you're a Transformers fan. But guys, that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, be sure to leave a like, comment what you think of Megatron down in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video from my channel. That's all from me, Champion Productions, signing off.